next topic, which is going to be all about perspectives and points of view. And can I have somebody read the objective for me, please? Philip.
Students will be able to identify different perspectives and narrators and how they create suspense or humor.
Very good, thank you. So today we are going to be learning about narrators or characters and how their perspectives, I know you guys haven't seen that word yet, but we're going to get to that, don't worry. And how they create suspense or humor within a story. Okay, so we're just going to review real quick. Points of view. Does anybody know the different kinds of points of view? Judith? First person. Another one. Third person. And Jonathan? Second person. Very good. Alright, so real quickly we're just gonna, the definition of point of view is the narrator's position about the story being told. Right? So that could be like, you could be from the point of view of a child, or the point of view of an animal, or the point of view of an adult. There's a million different points of view. And then under that, first person is when the narrator is speaking about him or herself or sharing events that they are experiencing, and the words they would be using are I, me, we, us. Second person, the narrator is talking about other characters but doesn't reveal themselves, so when he says like you or not used. And third person, the narrator tells the story of another person or group of people using he, she, them, they, it. This is all ring a bell, right? You guys have done this before, yeah. Alright, so the next part of that is perspective. So a perspective is a particular attitude towards something. So a perspective in a story, there's multiple. So it could be like, my perspective can be completely different from Yasmin's perspective. She could see this slide and these images or whatever, these little masks, and she could be like, oh, they're so ugly, and I could say, oh, they're so pretty, but her perspective is that they're ugly, and my perspective is that they're pretty. See what I mean? So like in a story, the reader, you, could have one perspective. The characters in the story can have a different perspective, and that's what we're going to be doing today. Alright, so, wait, okay, I was going to say I have an example. Can I have somebody read this example for me? Read the text. Beyond. Yeah, just the, until no apparent reason.
Fred looked across the prairie. He didn't see anything concerning. He wondered why Texas Joe had hollered like that. Texas Joe turned to him. The ghost that Texas Joe had just seen was gone. Texas Joe swatted at the air. Now he felt crazy. You have to believe me, Red. It was just here, said Texas Joe. Red scowled at him in disbelief. What was just here, Joe? He asked. Red was angry with Texas Joe for disturbing his sleep for no apparent reason.
Oops. Thank you. That was very good. I forgot to perspective. Okay, so going back to your essential question, how does differences in perspective create humor or suspense? So in this passage right here, I highlighted the part that I thought created suspense. So the ghost that Texas Joe had seen was just gone. Texas Joe swatted the air. Now he felt crazy. So you see how it's building up? Like the narrator is telling you that he saw a ghost and then he's freaking out. And Red scowled at him in disbelief. So the narrator would be like, in this instance, it's like a random person, not first person, it's third person. And then for the perspective, the character Texas Joe is feeling crazy, weird, like the ghost, he's kind of like skeeved out, right? And then I said the highlighted words show that the narrator is building suspense by Texas Joe swatting the air and seeing the ghost. Okay? And I got to that through these steps. Pretty simple. Read the text, figure out the narrator, which is usually like character, main character. Sometimes it's not, but figure out the perspective, which is like the attitude or the point of view. perspective and point of view are kind of similar. They go hand in hand. Of the narrator, and then how does their view make the story suspenseful or funny? And we'll come back to these steps so you won't have to remember them. But okay. Ari, can you read this example, please?
Yeah. It was impossible to say how the idea first entered my head. There was no reason for what I did. I did not hate the old man. I even loved him. He had never hurt me. I did not want his money. I think it was his eye. His eye was like the eye of a vulture, the eye of one of those terrible birds that watch and wait while an animal dies, and then fall upon the dead body and pull it to pieces to eat it.
Thank you. Does anybody remember what this passage is from? Ella? You guys have read it. Yes, the Telltale Heart. So just right off the bat, how does this make you guys feel? Like reading that? Like what are your feelings towards it? Anyone? You just blurted out.
Full of suspense.
Full of suspense. Okay, yeah. It's kind of creepy, right? Weird. He's talking about, obviously he's talking about the master's eye, but then he says that the birds are going to eat the body and pull it to pieces. Like, it's kind of gross, right? You know. So, the highlighted parts are the parts that, like you said, full of suspense, are kind of building suspense. So the narrator is the servant, obviously, right? We all remember that. His perspective is he's like kind of confused, scatterbrained, like conflicted. He doesn't really understand like why he's feeling this way, but he knows that he has to kill his master. And then the highlighted words reveal the character's perspective and show how the servant is building suspense by talking about dead animal carcasses and killing things. It's gross. All right, next example. All right, can I have someone else read this? Philip, go ahead.
He struggled up to the surface and tried to cry out, but the wash from the speeding
Yacht.
slapped him in the face, and the salt water in his open mouth made him gag and strangle. Desperately, he struck out with strong strokes after the receding light of the yacht, but he stopped before he had swum 50 feet. A certain cool-headedness had come to him. It was not the first time that he had been in a tight place. There was a chance that his cries could be heard by someone aboard the yacht. But that chance was slender and grew more slender as the yacht raced upon him.
Thank you. All right, so I want you guys to take a second on your sheet of paper. Just write down some words that you think the narrator uses to build suspense or humor. And write down if you think it's suspense or humor. And I'll give you like 2 minutes.